Hello and welcome back, and in this video we're going to be adding support for playing animation, or rather Lottie animation, basically using a Swift package manager. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to click on the project itself, and we're going to basically select the not the target setting but the project setting, and we're going to go under package dependency. At this point we don't have any package. If we had any package, those would show up here again with the information about the name and the version that we are using and where that package is located. Now let's go ahead and add Lottie, and so we're just gonna search for Lottie, and we're gonna say dependency rule is up to the next major version, which is 4.0, and we're gonna add it to this particular project. So just click add, and what is gonna happen is your package is gonna be essentially pulled from GitHub, and then you can simply add package. So as you can see now that we have Lottie animation added, and it's added basically for the variation or for the version 4.0 and above. So as soon as 4.99 comes out, that is going to be included in this, and it will automatically be updated. But if 5.0 comes out, that's not going to be included, because the rule dictates that it should be 4.0 and next up to next major version. Major version is your first digit inside the versioning. Okay, so now when we have 4.2 Lottie package basically included, we can essentially start using Lottie animation. So let's go ahead and basically add a new file. So we're gonna go into the view and add a new file, and this time around we're gonna select a Swift file and click next, basically naming this file, and the name of the file is going to be celebration animation view. Okay, so because we are celebrating the completion, and make sure that target is selected, and we're gonna simply create this file. Now we're gonna first import Lottie. So let's go ahead and see if we can find Lottie module. We can, and UIKit. Now if you can't find Lottie, just go ahead and do press Command B or build your project, which is basically going to build the entire project, and it's going to add any dependency that has been missing. But Swift Package Manager is pretty good, so as soon as the package is added, it's basically available for you to use. Next, we're going to create a class. This class is going to be inheriting or extending from UI view. So it's going to inherit from UI view, so we're going to label this class as the subclass of UI view. Okay, so we're going to simply name it as, or create a class, celebration animation view. We are going to basically inherit from UI view. And this UI view is going to take the name of the file as the parameter for its initializer. So we're going to say initializer file name, which is going to be as a string, and basically this file name is going to be the name of the animation file. Okay, let's go ahead and fix this error with the fatal error. And basically this is again the initializer that is called from the interface builder, so we don't want to implement anything there. Now there is one thing that we need to create here, is an animation view, which is a Lottie animation view. Okay, Lottie animation view is the view that actually displays the animation, and we want to basically initialize this before we initialize our super.init. So we're gonna simply say animation is Lottie animation dot named animation, and we're gonna pass our file name here. So that file is gonna get converted or read into a Lottie animation struct, and then we're gonna basically call self.animation view and create a Lottie animation view using the animation that has been created in the previous line. Okay, we don't need the image provider, so we're simply gonna remove that, and then we're gonna call our super dot init, and let's go ahead and set the frame to be 0, and we're going to basically set the constraints properly. So that's going to be the next step, what we're going to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and call or create our setup view function, and this setup view function is basically going to set the view up. All right, and here we are simply going to first say animation view dot. First, let's go ahead and change the translate auto resizing mask and change it to false. Okay, and then we're gonna make sure that our content views content mode is scale to fit, scale to fill, and I'm going to show you what the difference it makes basically between scale to fill and scale to fit once we start playing our animation. We're going to create basically add our view, this animation view as a sub view for our celebration animation view. So we're going to just call add sub view and basically add the animation view right there. Okay, next we're gonna basically set up call the setup constraint and create that function called setup constraint. All right, setup constraint is going to be a function that is going to, just like the name suggests, set up our constraint. And since we have only one view, we're going to basically anchor it to all sides of the parent view. Okay, just by calling leading anchor view is basically gonna call the parent views anchor view, and this is, since this is a UI view, we don't have to call view dot because this itself is a UI is a view. So we're simply gonna say leading anchor, and let me go ahead and copy this and paste it a few times, and we're gonna change leading and trailing. Top anchor and bottom anchor. Okay, so those are all the constraints that we need basically for our view. Now there's one more function that we're going to create, and this function is going to be basically calling the play on animation view. And what we want to do is we want to learn when the animation is done or is finished executing. It has finished executing. That's why if we want to execute some code, we can actually do that. So let's go ahead and create a function called play, and this is going to take a completion, and we're going to basically tap into the completion that is provided by the Lottie itself. So we're going to simply create the same type. So completion. This is going to be an escaping completion block, which is going to give us a Boolean value and will return a void. Okay, the closure will return void. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to reach out to animation view, which has the play function, which plays the animation when upon calling, and it takes a Lottie completion block. Lottie completion block is basically just a Boolean that is returning void. So it's basically this completion closure right here. So I'm going to simply say play completion, and we're going to pass the completion that we have been expecting from user to pass in. Okay, now with that we have our celebration view, celebration animation view ready to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and do and test this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically fetch or like download an animation. So here's what we can use. There's a website called Lottie Files, which includes a lot of Lottie animations that are created by the community, and many of them are actually free to download. So just search for celebration, and then what we should get basically a confetti animation and a whole bunch of other animations that you can actually use. Just click on one of those. So this is not the one that we're going to use, but click on one of those, give a shout out, give a like to the author, say so to encourage their work, and click on the download. What you want to download is this Lottie JSON and not the Lottie optimized one, because that is actually the paid version. If you have purchased the membership for this website, go ahead and use this one, because this will be better because it is more optimized. Okay, so once you have downloaded the animation, you can directly include it. So let me go ahead and grab one that I have actually fetched. All right, so it is this one right here. So I'm gonna just drag and drop it inside the resources, because this is one of the resources, and just go ahead and import this file, and basically we have our Lottie animation available. So if you click on the animation itself, it's basically a whole bunch of code, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy the name of the file. Okay, and next thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our to-do list view controller right here. Okay, and here we're gonna basically create a temporary view. All right, so let's go ahead and create a temporary view, lazy bar, celebrate animation view, celebration animation view, and sorry, these are opposite. Yeah, there you go. And celebration animation view file name, we're gonna pass the file that we have just imported, and we're gonna return our view. We're just gonna make sure that translate auto resizing mask is equal to false, and we are going to add this. So temp code. Okay, and we are simply going to add this. So view.add subview, celebrate animation view, and ns layout constraint dot activate, and we are simply going to say celebrate animation view dot leading constraint view dot leading. Okay, and let me go ahead and copy this, and basically we're going to change this to trailing. Essentially what we are doing is we are making sure that it covers the entire screen, top anchor, and bottom anchor. Okay, and next thing we're going to do is right after this, when the view did appear, super dot view did appear animated, we're gonna call our celebrate view, and we're gonna play, and finished is gonna be called, so we're gonna simply print done playing animation. Okay, so all right, let's go ahead and build and run, and what we should see is basically our animation playing as soon as our view loads, and there we have it. And our animation is whenever it is done, we actually get the callback which says done playing animation. Okay, so our animation view is working just fine. So now we are ready to move on to the next topic. Okay, so our dependency is ready, our celebration animation view is ready. Now we are going to create our to-do list view controller. So basically, let's go ahead and clean up a little bit. I'm going to comment this code, and I'm also going to comment this code, so you have this available, and this guy as well. And what we're going to do in the next video is start working on to-do list view controller. Okay, so I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.